Shark C. Or shoot just more like it. Slow down. Shark C, it's got 115 grain, full metal jacket. I think these are my reloads. So I got the same target set up down. I'm at 7 yards. GoPro's on target. Let's see how she's shooting on paper. Take a peek. Seven yards. That's not a bad group. Better than 45. So let's step back to 15 yards and see how well we can do. "15 yards. Let's go take a look. That was my point of aim, just above the center. Not bad. I'm impressed. Let's go back to the bench and talk about it, shall we? So how I came to come in possession of this is kind of an interesting story. I was watching some gun reviews here on YouTube and I came across a review of this particular gun by Too Improper. Link in the description. And he did a very, very good review of this pistol. And it was enough to get me to dig a little bit further. So I went to Cheaper Than Dirt and I found it for 319 bucks. And I looked at other places to see if I could find what this gun was going for. And I came across Truth About Guns article written in 2013 that listed the MSRP at 400 bucks and the street value of between 345 and 370. So at $319, I figured if I don't go ahead and pull the trigger on this gun, I'm going to regret it. So I went ahead and purchased the gun. Right now, Buds has them. Cheap and Dirt's out of these things right now. Buds has them, the black and the satin chrome. The black at 342 and satin chrome at 355. So the price point in this gun is going to fall somewhere around 350 bucks. What do you get for your money? You get quite a bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what this is a CZ clone manufactured by Canik. Phonetically, it would be Canik, C-A-N-I-K, but its pronunciation is Canik, has been pointed out by several Turkish people. The thing that appealed to me about this particular gun is the design. It's indicative to CZ that the slide slides inside the frame. It's an aluminum alloy frame with a steel upper, and it has a no-tilt barrel design. And this design lends itself to high accuracy. And I mean, this action is butter smooth. I mean, it's just really smooth. Let's talk about specifications. It has a 3.94 inch cold forged barrel. It's 7.28 inches in length, 5.37 inches in height, and 1.41 inches in width. It has a 15 capacity magazine, and with one in the chamber, that's a 16 round capacity. And the weight is 26.2 ounces. $744 grams, empty magazine. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, because everything has good, bad, and ugly associated with it. Even yours truly. Well, one of the good things about this gun is it's deadly accurate, and as you saw in the video, the shoot yesterday at 7 and 14 yards. Here's the target, and there's 30 rounds on target. The initial 15 rounds fell in about a 2-inch group down here. My point of aim was dead center. I dropped back to 15 yards, and I tried to make my point of aim somewhere between dead center and the top of this inner triangle, and all 30 rounds fell on target. So I can't say the same for the new car that I just bought, and I don't think my TP9 is even this accurate, but I've got 4,000 rounds through that, so I wouldn't expect it to be that accurate after 4,000 rounds. I got about 650 rounds through this gun, which means it's just broke in, and this is the first time that I've shot at paper intentionally trying to put together a group. Dual action, single action trigger, that's one of the selling points, one of the things I was looking at, and that's one of the things I liked about the TP9 is that it was a dual action, single action trigger setup. This does not have a decocker, however, but it can be carried at half cock. The double action trigger is long and it's intentional. I don't have a trigger gauge, but I'd say somewhere between 10 and 12 pounds. Maybe more. The single action trigger is, I mean, it's really light. And one of the things that I noticed when I first got this, and my first couple of magazines through here, double taps were almost accidental. I was used to the TP9's trigger, and if you have a TP9 and you like that trigger, you'll love the trigger on this. Just be warned that it's lighter than the TP9's trigger. Yeah, it's both audible and tactile. So, great trigger on this gun. Comes with a lot of extras for your money. It's about a like I said, a $350 price point gun. It comes with an extra magazine, extra 15 round mag, a cleaning rod, a cable lock, and a case, a lockable polymer case, all for $350. And most guns in this price point come in a cardboard box. So, you know, you get a lot for your money. Now the bad. The bad things can probably be smithed right out of this gun. You know, I've spent a little time fluffing and buffing this gun, but the mag release button here is enormously and erroneously hard. It's very heavy. In fact, I change position here. It's almost, almost have to spin the gun in your hand to get enough leverage to drop the mag. The mag will fall away without restriction and very easily. But if you got medium to small hands, it's almost impossible to get enough leverage on that mag release. And part of the reason is because of the palm swells on the grips. And the mag release button is flush with the frame and not flush with the palm swell on the grip. Hopefully changing the grips will kind of mitigate this problem, but it's a problem for smaller statured shooters like myself. The other issue is the manual safety. And I'm sure this is a condition of import that has to be there, but it's really unnecessary. The problem is that the shelf on the manual safety protrudes the same distance from the gun as the shelf for the slide release, for the slide lock. And it's in the same plane as your thumb. So the shelf on the safety is in your way. Now if you got hands like Hickok, you know, you're 6'4" and you got tennis rackets for hands, then that's probably not going to be an issue because you can just reach up and over that thing. But to release the slide, it's not intuitive. It's an intentional act, and I think that's probably going to be a problem if you're ever in a high stress situation. That might be something that actually could create a problem. Just my opinion. But other than that, you know, they're not insurmountable problems, but they are issues nonetheless. Heavy mag release spring, and this manual safety lever is in the way. With some smithing, maybe those could be resolved. I'll probably end up doing something with this, and if I can resolve that issue, I'll let you know. But those are the only bad things. The only ugly thing I can come up with is the tool that holds the gun. Is probably the only ugly thing here. So final thoughts on this firearm. Do I regret the purchase? Absolutely not. It's a high value, quality build. It's an accurate shooter. It would be a great candidate for a carry option if the safety and the mag release problems were rectified. New grips would probably solve the mag release issue, and a little bit of smithing and modifying the manual safety lever and maybe cutting down the shelf a little bit, that would probably solve that problem as well. The issue isn't the usability and accuracy of the gun, it's what's going to happen when the bullets are coming at you. Are you going to be able to make those mag changes quickly? Because the two are tied together. You need to release the magazine when the gun is empty. Think about this for a minute. The gun's empty. You're in a firefight. You're out of bullets. You need to swap mags. You need to do that intuitively. If you're thinking about it, it's taking too long. So those are the issues that I have with the gun. Other than that, it's a great pistol. Would I recommend it? Not for a primary carry option unless you're willing to do a little bit of work. The build quality is good. It shoots good. For a range gun or a truck gun, yeah, you can't beat it. $350, awesome. So that's it on this gun. And if you ever see it again, it'll be because I've done some smithing to the weapon and made some improvements. And if I make those improvements and I see a noticeable difference, I'll make a video and I'll let you know. Sound like a plan? In the meantime, go down there and the subscribe button and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Comment if you're so inclined. Give me a thumbs up. I like those. Until the next video, stay safe, shoot straight. You got yourself a splendid day. Wow, look at all that gray. I'm gonna go shave that off.